All right, y'all. I am back to talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And Teresa, I was hoping that she would find a brain and not be the scarecrow again this season. But anyway, let's get into it, shall we? All right, y'all. So the episode starts out with Margaret and Jennifer still kind of continuing from the last episode where Margaret blew up Jennifer's whole spot saying, "Yeah, I know your husband was sleeping with the daggone office manager. Okay, you think you're slick. You think your life was perfect, but no, boo boo, it is not. Okay, we already know about your man's little skeletons in his closet, and he was dropping them drawers for another broad, and it wasn't you. Okay, you think you're perfect, but you're not." So Jennifer was like, "Get it right. It wasn't the office manager. It was a pharmaceutical rep. Like, that's even better." I'm like, girl, okay, because you was dragging Margaret down to the get down last season and before that. Okay. So you try to make it seem like your life was so perfect and Bill does any and everything for your entire family, which that very well may be true to this day. But he had some indiscretions too. But you was out here telling every Tom, Dick, and Harry that would listen about Margaret and even talking about her mama having a 15-year affair. Girl, you know you freaking tried it. Okay. But anyway, moving right along. Margaret says that basically Jennifer judges everybody else but makes herself look perfect and it's not fair. And Margaret says she villainizes everyone else, but her husband is no different. Okay. So basically, they done forgot about daggone Louis He-Man session in the video, child. They talking about Jennifer and her husband cheating. Okay. So then Margaret walks away and chats with Melissa and Jackie because she's about had enough of Jennifer and her lies. So she talked with Melissa and Jackie, telling them basically what happened and about discussing Jennifer's husband's infidelity. And Jackie says she knew about the infidelity because Margaret told her last season, but she never said anything because she didn't want her to basically Jennifer to be in the same predicament that she was, because nobody really deserves their business to be out there, and she just really wasn't trying to be messy and be all up in that. Okay. And she didn't want to hurt Jennifer, even though Jennifer was coming for her like 90 going west too. I was like, God dang. So anyway, Joe says he likes Bill, but Jennifer runs her mouth too much because apparently Joe knew about the whole situation with Jennifer trying to get information, and basically the guy's talking and he feels like she tries to get information out of Bill about everybody else's family. Okay. So Bill walks over to Jennifer while she's over there crying her eyes out. And she's like, "I just want to leave. I just want to leave." And Bill is like, "You want to say bye to Teresa?" And she's like, "No, no, I just want to go." So Teresa's in her confessional saying, "It's so funny how Margaret brings up what Jennifer happened with Jennifer's husband at my party, but everybody got mad at me for bringing up just a simple rumor at Jackie's house. You know what? You empty head bitch. Teresa, she really makes my brain melt. Like, I don't even know. There's somebody kicking around inside her brain with no activities. She's empty head. She is dumb. Teresa, you're dumb. You, ma'am, it's not the same thing. First of all, Margaret didn't go around the whole party telling every Tom, Dick, and Harry that would listen. Okay, you, ma'am, were being messy. And what you need to do is start accepting responsibility for your actions. That's your problem. You think you know everything and you don't know. Okay, you're dumb. Okay, dumb. And I don't care if you keep on saying, "Well, I can't be too dumb because I'm rich and I have books and I have this." It doesn't mean anything. That none of that should mean nothing. That just means you know how to put money in the bank, but you still stupid. You have no common sense. Your daughter is smarter than you. Okay. And we're gonna get into that. But ma'am, just knock it off. This ain't about you. First and foremost, okay? You need to be talking to your boyfriend out here creating crime scenes and wonder why he running around like a caveman with no shirt on around a whole bunch of men begging baby please to some chick in the past. You think that's cute. It's not. It's crazy and deranged. But you want to make it seem like what you did at Jackie's house is the same thing. It's not. Margaret did not do it to be malicious. First of all, Jennifer dragged her downtown to the ground going on Margaret last season, talking about her business, saying she was cheating on her husband and all this, trying to make her have a scarlet letter on her back, making her seem just as trifling as they come. But you done got cheated on. Okay, and Margaret actually brought it up last season. She could have dragged her down to the mud in the gutter right along with her. But she said, you know what? I just said that to hurt you. I remember that scene because Margaret was like, I just said it to hurt you. I know it's not true, whatever. Even though the whole time she knew it was true that Jennifer's husband was cheating on her. It's not the same thing. Margaret didn't go around the party telling everybody's business, trying to get something out of her. She said it to Jennifer. And Jennifer was the one crying and running out of there like a scared little kitten. So stop it, Teresa. It's not about you, okay? It's not. I'm just so over her dumb ass. Oh, child, she gets under my skin. I don't even know why everybody likes her. She is so dumb, it's irritating. But anyway, moving right along. Joe is sitting with the guys, and him and Gia have a back and forth about how she doesn't like what he has been saying about her dad, and she doesn't want him talking down to her. So basically, Joe is being Joe. He's like, I'm the adult. Basically, you need to listen to what and believe, listen and adhere to whatever I say. And Gia ain't with the BS. She like, first of all, what you talking about is some bull, and you talking about my father. Okay, I don't like it. I ain't never gonna like it, and I ain't having it. Okay, and I know I'm grown, just like everybody else up in here. And yes, I respect you because you're my uncle. But what you're not gonna do is talk about my daddy. Okay, that's exactly what Gia is saying. She's like, y'all got y'all issues and whatever the case may be. First of all, my father's not even here. He's in another country. Leave the man alone. Let him live. Okay. But Joe feels disrespected. He storms off like a little child. Gia's trying to get a word in edgewise, trying to explain her position to him. She storms off because he goes into this cockamamie crap talking about how what Joe did put his parents in the grave. First of all, I don't know if this is like a cultural thing to blame other people for your stuff, or is it just a Gorga thing? Because it seems like Joe and Teresa want to blame everybody else for their problems. It's very unfortunate, and my heart goes out to them that they lost both of their parents in such a short period of time, and that Teresa had to go to jail and she had to go through all of these things. However, Joe Giudice, or Judice, however you say the man's name, is not the reason why your parents are gone. Okay? Let's just dismantle that whole situation. Joe is out of the country because he did some things incorrect here in this country. Why did he do it? Because he was trying to keep your precious sister, Teresa, accustomed to a lifestyle. He kept trying to live up to her expectations and get money for her. Now, was he doing it the right way all the time? Obviously not. But she participated. Why? Because you didn't read the documents. I don't care if he was your husband or not. It's your job as the wife to also cover your husband. Because at the end of the day, Joe was not educated to know. He probably didn't even really know what he was doing. He just was thinking, hey, Teresa want to buy bags. She want to buy new wardrobes for the girls every day. Well, goddamn it, I got to bend over backwards and do whatever it takes to get this girl all this money that she want to live this lavish lifestyle, child. I got to work hard, break my damn back. I'm probably going to break another back of another bitch by fucking him, because he was definitely fucking around with her, with some other bras. But anyway, that's another story for another day. Don't nobody care because he ain't here. Anyway, Gia is the most mature person out of all these adults. She finally sits down and says to Joe, she says, listen, I love you. You're my uncle, okay? But all of this stuff, our family has to realize that all this stuff is in the past. Mom went to jail 5 years ago. Okay, our grandparents passed. It's been some time. Okay, it's been some time since they've passed away. Like, while all of that is unfortunate, we have to live in the present. And my dad, by the way, he ain't even here because of his crimes. Okay, so I have to live with that. I have to travel across the country just to see my father. So what you're not going to do is talk about my daddy in the States. Okay, leave him alone. Put some respect on his name and stop saying it. Clear. Let's just make that clear. And let's move on. I don't want to go 6 months without talking to my uncle again because that's just plain stupid. Now, my sisters, they might still, they still with you, okay? But I'm good. Me and you, we good. Let's move the hell on. And I'll work on them. Capiche? So they decided to move on. Okay. So in the next scene, Jennifer is having a party for her daughter and feeling sad but putting on a straight face because she doesn't want her kids to see this anything wrong with her. Okay, I get it. Jennifer is upset because now because apparently she ain't even tell her mama, she didn't tell her family, she ain't tell nobody in her family that Bill cheated on her because she's been trying to keep up this air of amazingness that they are just the perfect family. And child, Bill, the sun rises and sets on his ass. Okay, excuse me, y'all. And Bill ain't even come downstairs for the party, child, because he's like, listen, I'm gonna just stay in the room. I'm gonna go ahead and head out. I'm not even gonna film for this because y'all done aired me out. And this was 10 years ago at this point. Like, and I got to face this now. Like, what the heck? But you had to know that being on TV, that this stuff was any skeletons in your closet, they gonna come on out well dressed. Okay. So Jennifer's at the party on the brink of a daggone nervous breakdown, child. But she having this party for her daughter. That her birthday is in January, but she having the party in the summer because she never gets to have a pool party for her birthday. Well, yeah, her birthday is in January, and you live in Jersey. There's probably snow outside. I mean, what the hell? She'll never have a pool party in January unless you take her to another country. But anyway, whatever. They have a really nice house, resort style pool, very beautiful, great. Teresa and Dolores arrive to the party. So Dolores asks, how did she find out about the cheating? So she says, well, I was pregnant and I was going through, something told me I was just going through credit card receipts and I saw, bottle services and things like that. And I was just like, wow. And it's just all these outings and things that he was doing. So she said he admitted it. And it caused her to have her son early. It caused her really a lot of stress. So she had her baby like 8 weeks early or something like that. I can't remember what she said for sure. But then once the baby came, they kind of decided to just never speak of it again and move on because the euphoria of having the baby kind of took over. And he was like, he'd already stopped messing with the chick. He agreed to not cheat on her anymore or whatever the case may be. So she just kind of let it go. So now opening up these wounds, I think she's more sad that now the kids are older and they can see this stuff on TV. So now she has to explain to her children that their father cheated on her at some point, which is old, and they're kids. They got to look at their daddy as their daddy. They can't look at him like your husband. Like they can't be in your relationship. And that's the thing that parents have to understand. They have to help the kids separate their emotions from your marriage, which is difficult because they probably see their father for who he is now. But ain't no need to have no nervous breakdown over it. It ain't like the kids gonna go and need therapy because their father cheated 10 years ago. I hope not anyway. But anyway, Jackie, in the next scene, Jackie talks to her kids about going to sleepaway camp, her mom, her brother, and I can't remember who the other guy was that came over, but that was the whole scene. It wasn't really nothing going on there. So anyway, moving right along, Dolores and Margaret meet at a furniture store. And Margaret tells Dolores about Jackie trying to get info from her friends about her affair and calling Frank about Jackie's husband's infidelity and talking about Margaret's mother. So basically, Jennifer up here shedding crocodile tears, but you calling every Tom, Dick, and Harry trying to get information on everybody. Mind you, your stuff with Bill was true. It's not been confirmed that Evan was really getting hand jobs and blow jobs in the bathroom at the daggone gym. Y'all just making up stuff. And again, Teresa going around a whole season, created a whole season of BS. And y'all talked about this woman's marriage all this time, and y'all don't even know if it's true or false. Still don't to this day. So Dolores is like, wow, now that's messy. And you calling Frank, you calling my ex-husband, putting him into your BS? Oh, no, baby. We're not about to be doing that. Okay. So now Dolores is not on Jennifer's side because she was feeling bad for Jennifer at first, saying, yeah, Margaret probably shouldn't have brought it up at the party. Like that was kind of messed up or whatever. But I'm like, Jennifer was coming for Margaret at the party. So you get it when you dish it. Like, come on now. Get out of here. You lucky I didn't say nothing last year. Oh, but you getting these hands this year. Okay. But moving right along, you know, Dolores, so Jennifer and Jackie end up meeting at Jennifer's house because Jennifer at this point is looking for damn sympathy because she's like, you know, she feels like at that point Dolores and Teresa agreed with her at her kid's birthday party or whatever. So now she feels like she has the weight of the world now holding her up. So everybody on her side. So Jennifer and Jackie sit down and talk. And Jackie says she knew all about the infidelity, but she never said anything because she didn't want to hurt she didn't want to hurt Jennifer. And Jennifer said, well, Margaret tried to tear me down. Is that okay? And Jackie says, I don't think Margaret is dragging you down. She's just retaliating because you both have done things to each other. So Jackie is like, hold on, sis. What you're not about to do is act like you an innocent little fawn in the woods over this stuff. You definitely had your part and you definitely got down and dirty in the woods with them. Okay, so don't even try to listen. Hello, you played yourself. Stop it. So anyway, Jennifer says, well, Teresa and Dolores think I'm right and that Margaret is wrong. Well, hot damn, who died and said Teresa and Dolores's opinion is the last and end all be all of everything? Don't nobody give a good goddamn about what Teresa and Dolores think. Okay? Girl, have your own opinion. You're wrong. You're dead wrong, Jennifer. Take your L in silence. Okay? But clearly you don't want to roll over on this one. So Jackie basically is like, so just because they think you're right doesn't make it right. Okay. And Jennifer didn't even tell, she says, I didn't tell anyone about the affair. And she was afraid, and, you know, she's basically now afraid because now her kids are going to find out. Which, you know what, that's just life. And life is not perfect, no matter how much we want to try to make it seem like that because you on TV. It is what it is. You have the discussion if you have to or not, and you move on. So in the next scene, Dolores has the ladies over to her townhouse for a little housewarming, and Dolores and Margaret talk briefly. And Dolores tells her now that she knows both sides of the story and what Margaret said, you know, because Margaret was like, yeah, I heard that you was on Jennifer's side. Like you thought that it was cute what she did, because Margaret and Jackie ended up having a conversation. And she was like, no, now that I know what you told me, I'm not on Jennifer's side. Like, I think that's messed up. She shouldn't have been calling people and carrying on, trying to get everybody. It's very hypocritical. It's like you live in a glass house, okay? And you throwing stones at everybody else's. It's not right. So then, you know, everybody finally comes. Everyone loves Dolores's townhouse or whatever the case may be. And Dolores is like, you know, I actually love being in the townhouse. I can't stand being in my house. It's under renovation. For I don't know when the hell Frank gonna finish my damn house. The dog's falling off the damn steps because I ain't got no banister. And child, I'm just loving just being here, just me by my lonesome, me, myself, and I. Okay. So everybody asks her about her boyfriend. And they're like, you know, well, how does David feel about you living here by yourself? I thought you were supposed to move into his house. And if he was the one to marry you right now, what would you say? She was like, yeah, I'm not really, I ain't checking for David, basically. She's like, if David was to come try to marry me right the frick now, I don't know what the heck I'm going to say. Okay, I'll probably say no. So I think Dolores is starting to realize that David does not appreciate her the way that she should be appreciated. And it's not just about him being a doctor and having all this, you know, a lack of free time or whatever. People use their time for what they want to use it for. Okay. If he really loved Dolores the way that he says he does, or if she was a priority of his, he would make her a priority and spend more time with her. He ain't working at that hospital 24/7 with COVID and all. You're not working at the hospital 24/7. So I don't know. I don't see David and Dolores being together very much longer. But anyway, that's her whatever. You like it, I love it. So anyway, she basically feels like the distance is making their relationship change. All right. So then they're like, well, what if someone comes along like Louis, and did with Teresa and just kind of sweeps you off your feet? And Dolores is like, negative. I'm not trying to be messing with nobody else either. I'm just enjoying being me. Okay. So anyway, moving right along, they end up talking about the camp that Louis went to, and how it's some type of camp where they beat you into submission to make sure you treat your woman better. I'm like, well, damn. Why are men going to camps to get their ass whooped to treat their woman right? Just treat your woman right. Okay, moving right along. Next scene, Jennifer arrives to Dolores's house and she acts really awkward and like a little sheepish little lamb walking in there into the lion's den. And I'm like, girl, I know you fucking lying, because last season you was all up in everybody. You was the main one making jokes, throwing shade, all up in everybody else's business because you was Teresa's little henchman. Girl, stop. You better walk in there with your head held high, all that shit you talked. Okay? Please. So Dolores sees her. Jackie walks over to Jennifer and she's like, oh my God, I don't want you. Jackie feel bad. She's like, I don't want you to be feeling like this. Like, what's going on? Like, let's have a discussion. I'm like, Jackie, no. Because Jennifer talked about she was all up in your bank account, worrying about how much money you got because she wanted to see if she was richer than you. That's basically what it was. And when she found out that Jackie she don't live above her means like everybody else. Or you know what? I ain't gonna say everybody else living above their means, but Jackie lives comfortably and she got more money than all you bitches. Okay. And I think Jennifer was just pissed because she found out well, goddamn. This old plain Jane over here got more money than me. You think you better than me? That's what Jennifer was. She was pissed that you are not the head bitch in charge. Okay. You're not financially. You're not. Okay. And even if it's your husband's money. What are you bringing in? Yeah. Being a mom is an excellent job. It's a lot of work, but you're not paying any bills, ma'am. So Jackie has her own, but I digress. So anyway, Jackie trying to make Jennifer feel better, child, but Jennifer over there, she can't seem to stand the rain. She over here crying her little eyes out because she's feeling so embarrassed. So Dolores comes out and she seems annoyed, like she got that strong Italian, like, girl, are you you really out here crying for real? Like, this ain't nothing to cry about, child. If you don't bring your ass in here and have some of this damn charcuterie board that I done had prepared nicely for you and eat some of this daggone pig head that I got sitting on this table, get your ass in here and enjoy the festivities. Not out here crying like some baby. Get out of here. So Dolores is pissed. She's like, I'm above anything petty. I don't got time for this bullshit. Because you, my friend, are full of shit. Because you was talking all that shit last year. And now you want to sit up here and cry? Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, man, Pam. You got the game. Okay. So then Margaret comes over. She's like, oh my God, no, stop. Are you crying? Why? What are you crying for? What's going on? Let's talk about it. So then Jennifer says she feels like what she did was very mean and hurtful to her family, talking to Margaret. And they begin discussing Jennifer calling somebody's friend Serena, calling Jackie's friend Serena to ask about Frank knowing about the incident with Evans cheating. And Jackie comes over because she's like, oh, hold on, I heard my name. What was said? What was said? You called my friend. Like, what? So she's like, I was gonna, no, wait, Jackie, I was gonna tell you, okay, but like, yeah, I did. I called, I was just curious. I was curious. No, but you was nosy and you were trying to find information out on everybody because you are messy. Okay. I don't care that much about nobody to be calling. If we did have to pay for minutes, I'm not wasting a second of my time to be calling another mofo to ask about another mofo that ain't paying my bills, ain't doing nothing for my life. Okay, I don't give a damn if somebody's husband cheated on them or not. That don't got nothing to do with me. Long as my husband here and I ain't catching his ass cheating, I don't give a good goddamn what nobody else's husband doing. Okay, because it ain't none of my business. So for you to be playing Inspector Gadget the way that you did, you tried it, Jennifer. Okay, so when you over here playing victim, you lost your damn mind. Okay. So anyway, Jackie is like, you know what? You know what? No, because you guys are not going to talk about my husband anymore. We did enough of this last year. I had a nervous breakdown over it. I'm over it. Y'all not about to. Y'all not about. You better put some respect on my husband's name. You ain't about to drag my husband today. Okay. So then she felt like she shouldn't have been asking questions about her marriage when it actually happened to her, and the Evans situation was just a rumor. So she's like, your shit is real. My shit is fake. That is not for real. So then Tiki Barber's wife, I don't even know her name because that's how irrelevant she is to me. She just seems to be trying to find her way into any scene. She's Melissa's friend at this point. She Tiki Barber's wife and Melissa's friend. That's who she is. I don't even know her damn name. But she's putting her 2 cents in saying, I just really don't understand why these women don't understand where Jennifer's coming from. Well, bitch, you don't understand because you weren't here. And from the looks of it, because nobody knows you, you won't be here next year because you're dry and you're very boring. Nobody cares about anything that you're talking about right now because it doesn't make any sense. This woman literally dragged these women through the mud last year. And you think somebody's supposed to care about her little crocodile tears? Cry me a river, dick face. That's what you need to. That's what she need to do, Jennifer. Okay? Moving right along. Teresa comes in. The dumb ditty. She comes into the house, child. And Dolores fills her in on what has happened and Jennifer trying to find info on Margaret. So Teresa keeps on with saying, well, don't you think that, what Margaret did was wrong? Any old way for her to justify her own stupidity. She don't see nothing. She want to be all on Jennifer's side because Jennifer got her lips suction cupped to her ass. That's what that is. Teresa only has loyalty to whoever is sucking on her butt cheeks. Girl, you and Jennifer dead wrong, okay? And I don't give a damn how much Jennifer kissed your ass. She was dead fucking wrong. Dead wrong. Anyway, Teresa, she burns my damn. She burns me up. So they all get in a group. Then Teresa want to bring up, ain't nobody talking about her. Ain't none of this about you, but you want to bring up, well, Margaret, do you think that it was okay for you to come and talk about Jennifer at my party, but you crucified me for just bringing up a simple rumor at Jackie's house because you lied? You didn't have anything behind that stupidity that you can't let come out of your dumb, blown up balloon lips. Okay? You lied. You didn't know if it was true or false. But you at this woman's house telling all her family and friends that you don't even know. You talking to anybody that'll listen, talking shit about her. And you don't even know if this shit is true, but you spreading it like wildfire throughout the whole party. It's not the same thing. Margaret had solid evidence that this was true. And she said it to Jennifer. She did not go and tell all her guests all of her business or your guests at your party. So knock it off. It's not about you. And really, you're stupid. Teresa gets on my nerves. I can't with her. I used to really like Teresa, but now the level of stupidness has overpowered any type of positive feelings I've ever had about her. And she never wants to admit when she's wrong. She always want to be right. She always want to blame everything on everybody else. She never, ever, ever accepts responsibility for her actions. And I'm just ready for somebody to call her out on her shit. And everybody in their confessional even said, well, your empty head ass, are you serious? Like, are you really about to make this about you? And everybody's just like, well, that's just Teresa. She's never going to see our side. She's never going to think she's wrong. It is what it is. No, y'all need to start telling her that, because that's why she walking around stupid in public. Y'all ain't really good friends, because y'all letting her be out here in public looking like a dummy. You need to tell her in private and in public that she's stupid, and maybe she'll get a damn brain. Hell, she got so much money, maybe she need to go buy one of those, because she definitely don't have one. And if they are for sale, she need to be the first one in line. But anyway, moving right along. And that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. So nobody agrees with Teresa, basically, but nobody says anything, which pisses me off. But Margaret said Jennifer has chastised her for cheating and said all these horrible things about her and even about her mother, but she's gone through the same thing and, digging in other people's business. Is that okay? Like, that's okay for her to do, though. So Jennifer gets upset. She's crying and carrying on, and she end up leaving because she's like, you know what? I can't stay in the rain. I'm standing in the kitchen and I can't take the heat, child. So I'm gonna go ahead and get on. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out. And so Melissa says Jennifer wants to talk about everybody else's marriage and make her life seem so beautiful, but it's definitely falling apart for her. She's like, everybody that always looks perfect on the outside, they definitely are falling apart on the inside, and it's not all sweet and, rainbows and sweet tarts like they try to make it seem. Okay. So anyway, y'all, this Real Housewives in New Jersey about to get on my nerves, because I really hope that they don't do like the OC and drag this stuff out forever. With this whole situation, Bill cheated. It is what it is. It was 10 years ago. Y'all need to move on. Don't go back into this Jackie stuff with her husband, because that's stupid. And yeah, I'll holler at y'all. Peace out. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with other people that are watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey as well. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out.